Horny Hardy's 4.
As soon as I went live, you said,
Horny Hardy's 4.
welcome to Horny Hardy's 4, I guess. That's not what I was trying to do.
I'll leave.
You sure you don't want to explain that you recently purchased a DVD of Horny Hardy's 4?
You're not even saying it right.
Which one is it? Show me. Wait, I can't even bring the thing up. Yeah.
Look.
Don't get me in trouble. No, you're going to get me in trouble.
I'm not going to do it.
So anyway.
Welcome to 40 Hardy.
Yeah, welcome to 40 Hardy. So I have a story to tell you. And some updates. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I get a lot of messages about people that are going to follow the podcast when it comes out. So in the next 2 weeks, the Jason Ellis Show will be back in podcast fashion. I'm also potentially doing a show with somebody else that I used to do a show with that triggered this whole thing. So lots of stuff coming. In the meantime, see these shoes. These are DC one-of-a-kind prototypes. See, this is made for me by DC to skate Mega Ramp because I was one of the only people that could skate Mega Ramp back then. So I kept these in plastic until I moved into this house. But when I was given these shoes, because DC were all about Jason Ellis and they sponsored me. And they paid me the most money I'd ever received from anybody in skateboarding for a month-to-month salary. It was $6,000 a month. I don't mind saying it. It was for the clothing, $3,000, and for shoes, $3,000. And it was an insane amount of money for me to represent them, considering they were also the coolest company. So things got... I traveled the world. I was still a pro skateboarder. DC paid me not even really to be good because they had Danny and Colin. So it was more just, we're paying you to be there and be funny and fill in the gaps. So it was an even easier job. No pressure. And it was going to go forever. And then I got a phone call and they were like, it's not in the budget anymore. And we can't afford to pay you. And I remember when that phone call came in, I remember Ken Block owned it and there was nothing, I wasn't going to call Ken. He did everything in his power, but it was not, for whatever reason, it wasn't worth it at the time. And I lost that deal. And I remember thinking, fuck, what am I going to do? And I hustled and I made moves and I moved to Los Angeles and I started working this radio show because I knew that the skateboard thing was at the end and I thought maybe there's a chance that radio could work. I do have a gift there, not anywhere near the gift that I am aware that I have today. And then I started my hustle for the last 15, 16, 17 years of trying to make radio big. We've done stuff. We moved, I made that DJ gig. They moved to Faction Talk, telling me that it's Faction Talk. It's your channel. I couldn't even get the morning time slot. I was told I would get the morning time slot. West Coast mornings. Jim and Sam didn't move. Nobody told them to. It's not their fault. So I feel like I was completely rooked. I also asked for a deal to not have Covino Rich on my channel. And Scott Greenstein told me not to worry about it. That wasn't going to happen. And we don't do kinds of things like that in writing. And then they put them on in my studio. Now it's their channel, named after me. So, more power to all of them. But for all of you, the people that are reaching out, all the DMs of people canceling, like this guy right here, cancel my Sirius XM. I've answered at least 1,000 DMs, maybe 5,000. After 1,000, you kind of lose track of what the fuck is happening. But I am all day constantly DMing everybody saying, thank you. I appreciate it. It's now my new job. So, I really appreciate it. And I really feel like this is a thing that might turn out to be bigger than I think SiriusXM might have been holding me back, just like a lot of you have been saying, but I think you might be right. Every day I start to feel like maybe everybody's right, and this might be a blessing in disguise. I mean, there is going to be a big hit, I can tell, because I don't think anybody in podcasting makes the money that I made from SiriusXM in the first couple months. And we don't have that much money to survive in this house. So we might have to tighten it up and, whatever, live some fuck off. It's not going to be as bad as I drove past Boston Market and there was a line out the door yesterday for Thanksgiving. And I'm fucking concerned about my livelihood. Get the fuck out of here. I'm fine. I'm just a fucking spoiled brat that was making $1 million a year for talking on the radio. And now I'm like, ew, how am I going to get shiny shoes anymore? Like, I'll tell you how. I'm going to deliver the goods. The Jason L Show is going to be free as a podcast. We're also going to do a special one once a week for Patreon. I'm also going to do another podcast with somebody else. I'm going to reach out to every single person I've ever met, I've ever known. And I'm going to be on their shows, and they're going to be on my shows. We're going to have live performances. We're going to fight. We're going to pat predators. You're going to double up. Thanks, Al. I'm going to triple up. I'm going to spin kick the living shit out of everybody that thought it was fucking relaxing to do podcasting. You haven't seen me yet. Wait till I get here. I'm taking your pants. You're going to wake up pantless. I don't sleep that much. I'm very, very nervous. But I remember this from these days. I remember when DC called and said, we can't pay you anymore. And I remember thinking, how good are you at skateboarding, Jason? How much more money are you going to get from skateboarding? You're not. You're going to be packing T-shirts. Who is your best friend in the T-shirt business that will let you pack them? Baby on the way. Like, it's very similar. Not to mention, being a skateboarder and not being one anymore is very hard to get over, and not being at SiriusXM is very hard to get over. But I don't even need to feel it. Like, I can tell the fucking 12,000 people on here it's never been that. There's never been 2,000 people. You all were scammed, and you all got charged too much, and you all left. And now that I'm coming out free, we're going to be back. So I'm just telling you, in 2 weeks from now, this thing's going to be up and everybody needs to download it. And then when we do the Patreon thing, everybody needs to go on that Patreon thing, because we're going to survive. And then we're going to triple up. We're going to be 1,000 times bigger. And then Kevin Kraft is going to get fucking shiny pants and a new car. And he's going to quit bitching about his life because he's going to be so pumped, and all those people that pissed on him for the last fucking umpteen years, he can call them and tell them to suck his butt. And then everybody will know about Ellis Manias because we won't be in the dark. So then everyone will be back at Ellis Manias. This whole thing's going to turn around. So it's not the first time I've been fucked with no lube. And it probably won't be the last. But you're fucking the wrong guy in the ass with no lube. You know? I kind of like it.
Oh my God.
You're definitely not stopping me. I'm definitely not going anywhere. I've never been more driven in my entire fucking life. When the show starts up, prepare. Because it's the best it's ever been. Tully's going to be there. Yep, we're going to be there. Will obviously is not, because they only fired 3 of us. But those guys knew too. Like those other people that I'm not mentioning names because it's not about that. But people knew. We were going to book a big guest, and they fucked that guest over so hard that we've kind of lost ties with them through SiriusXM's not coordinating with this giant celebrity. Because they didn't coordinate, because they knew they were about to drop me. Can we be a guest? Who was that? Wait, was that? Wait, is that Byron? Yeah, you might be right, Greg. But I do want to reach out to, there's two things that I'll mention right now. Scott Ian reached out to me and Glasgow did, so I'm going to hit them up and I'm going to see if they want to play the intro with me 700 times so that I can have a bunch of different versions. And I also, being a citizen of Hermosa Beach, knowing that Pennywise owns Hermosa Beach and they once wrote a song called Fuck Authority, I'm going to try and reach out to them and see if they have any interest in playing a quick rendition of that for the new Jason Ellis show on the podcast. Because 1, I'm Hermosa Beach, and 2, Pennywise, and 3, fuck the man. You lying pieces of shit. Channel's going to be yours. It's called Faction Talk, and they took it. So, never been more nervous, but never been more ready, you know? And I've never felt more like things are going to work, more of this power of like this is going to be some big thing than today. So all of you, all your DMs, all the people that are watching right now, you have no fucking idea what it means to me. No idea. You know, I'm very confident. I'm a go-getting guy, but I'm also an insecure, terrified little boy. And I am fucking terrified. So, hey, Colin. Love you, dude. So we're going to be all right. You know? We're going to make it. Look at you. If everybody on here right now signed up for Patreon and did the downloads, wait, not 32,000. I think I need a 500,000 or 100,000. But it should be 500,000. Downloads. For the
podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell your friends when I tell you that it comes out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. I love you guys. I really do. This is the most heartbreaking, also awesome thing I've ever been a part of. Because wow, really? I thought we were cool. Fuck you for all those other fucks. I took so many on the chin. I should have walked away when they took the studio. I should have walked away when it was Cavino Rich. I should have walked away when they put me in that studio with them. I should have walked away when they fucking... What else did they do? Oh, when they charged you all money to go to the other channel. I should have charged you when they wouldn't give me a time slot. I should have walked away several times. Because I'm a pussy. And I really didn't want to give up a good thing. I didn't. So here we go.